Black Sheep, Episode 2. Exile Ain't the End. There comes a point when you realize they ain't ever gonna let you back in. Not because you were wrong, but because your truth made the room uncomfortable. Welcome to Black Sheep, the sanctuary for the silenced, the space for those who didn't just get left out. We walked out. This is episode 2. Exile Ain't the End. Let's talk about being cut off and what comes after. In this second episode of Black Sheep, I, Empress Queen Dè, take you even deeper into the journey of being chosen and called. In this episode, or in this analogy, we dive deeper into the collective of being a chosen black sheep. This raw truth, spiritual wisdom, and real talk that you won't find anywhere else. This isn't just an episode or another faceless video, it's an experience. Whether you feel overlooked, misunderstood, or divinely protected, this message is for you. Type in the comments and stay rooted. The truth continues here. I believe that the Black Sheep Collective are people who are called for higher purposes and a different path. Let's get one thing straight. Exile isn't always about distance. It's about disconnection. Sometimes the people closest to you are the first to push you out. You speak your truth. They say you're dramatic. You ask for space. They say you're disloyal. You set a boundary. Suddenly, you're the problem. Family, friends, jobs, churches, communities, they all have ways of exiling people without ever saying the word. It's the uninvites, the ignored texts, the performance reviews, where the real issue isn't your work. It's that you stopped smiling through the mistreatment. Exile is strategic. It's how systems protect themselves from people who ask too many questions. Chosen, called, covered. Welcome back to another episode of Black Sheep. Today's message, it's real simple, but it's heavy too. And trust me, if you're listening to this right now, it's not by accident. Some of us have been feeling isolated, misunderstood, pushed to the side. Have you asked a question, why? I feel it's because why am I battling things behind the scenes that nobody even sees? Why does it feel like I'm fighting battles that ain't even mine? Why can't I just be normal like everybody else? You weren't made to fit in. Unfortunately, God had another plan. Have you ever felt the energy change in the room when you walk in? You were made to stand out. You were made to be set apart. The ones that perhaps gossip about you, even the ones they whisper about, even laugh about you at behind your back, or even in front of your face. But here's the part they don't know. Being the black sheep is actually a blessing in disguise. First, let's talk about being chosen. Chosen means God picked you for a reason, not random, not forgotten, not accidental. You have a purpose that's bigger than what you can even see right now. Yeah, it feels lonely sometimes. Yeah, it feels heavy sometimes. But chosen comes with responsibility. It comes with favor. It comes with a crown you didn't even ask for, but you were born to wear. Have you ever entered a room where the atmosphere changed the minute you entered the room? You felt as if your energy, the vibe felt different. The atmosphere felt different. and you were unable to make a connection, to make friends, to build true relationships that honor true connections, only to realize what's for you can't be faked, forced, or fumbled. Let's talk about a spiritual connection. Many are called, but few are chosen. Being called means you've got an assignment on your life. And guess what? In reality, it's larger than your portfolio. It's bigger than likes, bigger than your social media status, your relationships, and your finances. You will be tested. You're going to be stretched. You're going to be molded into someone who can handle the weight of the destiny you're carrying. And finally, covered. Think about that for a second. You might not even realize the things you've been protected from. Those doors that slammed shut, protection. Those rejections that stung. The universe, or whatever you believe in, was actually redirecting you for your protection. Even those heartbreaks, believe it or not, protection. Well, now let me explain how I feel about being covered. Covered means that even when you didn't know, the divine covered you and you were protected from forces that you didn't see coming, negative forces that you were unable to explain. Let's realize that you are not listening to this by accident, and that if this resonates in your spirit, it's for you. As a collective should know that you are special and have many gifts and talents that have yet to be explored. There is a saying, many are called and few are chosen. Perhaps that is why you have faced many challenges throughout your life, and your guardian angels have been protecting you. Something happens when you've sat with your pain long enough to stop fearing it. Something divine. Black sheep become architects, outsiders become visionaries. You stop waiting for a seat at the table and build your own floor plan. You speak differently, walk differently. Your presence becomes intentional. You realize, damn, I wasn't too much. They just weren't ready. So let me give you the Black Sheep playbook. 4 moves, no fluff, straight gospel. Number 1, redefine the story. You weren't rejected, you were redirected. Don't let them write your ending. Number 2, control the narrative. Speak your truth, publicly or privately. Just don't bury it. Start a podcast, write a letter, film a video, create something that holds your experience in the light. Number 3, build alliances with other like minded people. There is power in collective solitude. You ain't alone. You never were. Find your tribe, the ones who speak your language with no translation. And number 4, monetize your edge. Turn your pain into purpose and your purpose into profit. Your experience has value. Don't let them shame you into silence. Your story isn't a burden, it's a blueprint, and someone out there needs it to understand. Next, let's talk about spiritual sovereignty and cultural respect. I believe we're more alike than different. For instance, let's talk about the fundamentals in our society, which is part of our journey. In our collective, the black sheep, at the job, at the school, anything where you have to wear a uniform or certain societal norms that groups such as on the job education, different sports where you have to be on teams, and such as church and religion. Our collective can be considered disruptive. A journalist once said on my podcast, "You better get in where you fit in," and that means anything we do, because these are all part of being in a relationship. For example, have you ever noticed we have more than enough churches? We have AME, African Methodist Episcopal, Pentecostal Baptist, Church of God in Christ, Catholic, Protestant, Lutheran, and now non denominational. We live in a world of cultural appropriation, but our spirituality is personal. Today, we're talking about something fundamental to our journey as Black sheep: spiritual sovereignty in a world of cultural appropriation. Spirituality is personal. Your connection to the divine, to your ancestors, to your purpose, that's yours. No one can define it for you. No one can police it. No one can package it and sell it back to you. But in today's world, that's exactly what's happening, isn't it? We're seeing ancient practices from various cultures, particularly Black, Spanish, Chinese, and Indigenous and Asian traditions, being stripped of their context, including food. Everything has been commercialized and sold as the latest trend. Crystal healing, sage smudging, yoga, meditation, practices that have deep cultural and spiritual significance, reduced to aesthetic Instagram posts and expensive workshops taught by people with no connection to these traditions. Now, I'm not saying we can't learn from each other's spiritual practices. Cultural exchange, when done with respect and proper acknowledgement, can be beautiful. But there's a difference between appreciation and appropriation, and that difference matters. This resonating in your spirit, because sometimes bitterness and being disruptive is just the taste of boundaries finally being enforced. Sometimes cutting people off is just pruning for survival. Sometimes the person that was outcast, is the one closest to truth. You are not here by accident. Walk in your purpose. Your spirit is protected by the divine. He made you different for a reason. And talk as if you already have what you want, even though it's hard sometimes to stay motivated due to a lack of support or encouragement from your family and friends and teachers, and when you get older, even your boss. Unfortunately, if you are Black sheep, being unique can be disruptive to society. Walk like you're chosen. Move like you're called. Rest, knowing you're covered. The Black sheep is not the mistake. The Black sheep is the messenger. You are right where you're supposed to be. My closing call to action: let's keep building this family. The ones who refuse to settle, the ones who refuse to shrink. Remember, you are chosen, protected, covered, and loved by this community. Let's continue to support. This is Queen Dè, and this is Black Sheep. If today's word hit your spirit, share it. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this resonated with you, go ahead and like, share, and drop a comment. It really helps boost the algorithm and lets more of our soul tribe find us. Every follow, every comment, every share reminds someone out there that they're not alone, that the Black sheep deserves a tribe too. You are loved and seen, and your voice should be heard.